Okay, hello Cloud Gurus and welcome to this lecture. So this lecture is called I've Leaked My Keys on GitHub, and this is both in the incident response. The reason we call the incident response section also AWS in real life is that this is a real life problem. This happens all the time. So seriously, just type in GitHub AWS keys into Google and have a look at some of the security articles. So here is one about a dev. He's put his AWS keys on GitHub. And then somebody has got a $2,375 Bitcoin mining bill. Now that is actually small. I've seen bills of $50,000 to $60,000 before somebody picked up on it. So just be aware that when you by the way this works is that what developers do is they store their access key ID and their secret access key in their code. They store it as variables, and GitHub, of course, is completely open. So that's the nature of GitHub is you put your code up there and anyone can go in and download it, especially, if your repo is public, so they can see your code. And people have literally developed scripts to go out and scan public repos for AWS access key IDs and secret access keys. And so as soon as it's up there, you have to assume that somebody has got access to it. Even if it's up for only a few seconds, don't risk it. Assume that has been compromised. I have actually exposed my AWS access key ID and secret access key once. I actually did it in one of the videos. I think it was Solutions Architect Associate back in 2015. And I had someone from the AWS security team who was actually doing my course at the time go in and manually type out the access key ID and secret access key. And they were able to discover that they had root level access to my AWS account. And they sent me an email straight away, which was really good of them. But oh my God, was I embarrassed. Here I am trying to teach people about security, and I'm literally exposing my access key ID and secret access key at root level to literally tens of thousands of people in a video. So it was a bit embarrassing. So what should you do if you do this? Well, let's go over to IAM. Okay, so here I am in the console, and I just need to go down to IAM, which is always under Security, Identity, and Compliance. And let's just assume that we've done this for a user, or potentially we've done this, potentially for the root account. Let's assume a user right now. Let's use the John Adams user. You can actually just click on the user and you'll be able to see their security credentials in here. And in here, you'll be able to see their access key IDs and secret access keys. So I'm just going to create one right now. And you can see that it's been created here. Here's my access key ID. I didn't even look at my secret access key. So what should you do if this has been exposed? Well, it's pretty simple. You make it inactive straight away, and then you go ahead and you create a new one. And once you've done that, what you want to do is just go in and delete the old one. It is literally that simple. Likewise, if you do it for the actual root user, you go to My Security Credentials. It's outside of IAM. And then you literally just go across to Access Key IDs. So here you go. Here's an access key. I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. I'm going to go ahead and hit close. And then what I would do is I would go through and, if they're, sorry, here it is. So if I've already got one that's been exposed, what I want to do is just make it inactive, go ahead and create a new one, and then delete the old access key ID. So it's exactly the same process, except you're not doing this inside of IAM. You're actually doing this up in your security credentials at the root user level. You shouldn't ever really be logging in as a root user unless it's like just a test and dev account. Even then, you shouldn't really be doing it. I just do it because, for me, it's easier just to have the full control of AWS at a root user level just to, teach. But, in real life, you should never really be doing this. You should be creating a user and then giving them the privileges that they need to, do their normal everyday jobs. So that is it. You will see this in the exam. It will be a couple of questions, just be scenario-based questions, and just saying, someone has leaked the key. What should you do? Well, really, really simple. Make it inactive immediately. Assume that it has been compromised. Go through, delete the old key, and recreate a new key. Simple. So if you have any questions, please let me know. If not, feel free to move on to the next lecture. Thank you.